Started. Happy Wednesday. Thank you for being here and welcome to yoga. We're going to start by getting centered. So please sit comfortably. Let your eyes either close or lower and feel your shoulders drop down your back and take a deep breath in and out, please. And feel the connection that your body makes to the floor. That rooted, grounded, supported feeling. And just acknowledging that you are connected to the ground. You are supported by the ground. No longer moving about. And then from that grounded space, turning your awareness to your breath, the air flowing in and the air flowing back out. And with your awareness on the breath, we'll begin to shape it by engaging the even breath. So making the length of your inhale and exhale the same. And you can achieve this by counting the breath, inhaling for a certain number of counts and exhaling for an equal number of counts. So maybe it's 3 and 3 or 4 and 4. Just make sure that it feels manageable and that it feels even. Inhaling for a certain number of counts and exhaling for an equal number of counts. And with this even breath, we're inviting in a sense of balance to your body, your breath, and your mind. Recently, the time changed. We entered standard time, at least here in America. And with that, things start to feel a little uneven. We don't know what time it is, our circadian rhythms are off, it's getting darker earlier, and all of that forced change can shift our equilibrium. Breathing evenly like this just helps to bring us closer back to that stable point. Inhaling for a certain number of counts and exhaling for an equal number of counts. And let's take just a few more of these even breaths. And as you do so, just sensing anything that feels imbalanced or non-harmonious in your life, just coming to a more stable place, if only in your mind. And we'll return to this even breath throughout our practice tonight. For now, go ahead and let it go. And when you're ready, take a deeper, fuller breath. And bring your palms together and lower the chin, honoring yourself just as you are in this moment, body, breath, energy, and mind. And it's from this place within you that we'll practice tonight. Go ahead and rub the palms together, creating heat. Take the heated palms over your eyes, brushing over the top of your head and down your neck, bringing yourself back to the space around us. And let's begin on hands and knees tonight. So moving any props you have off to the side, and we'll come to table pose. So hands under shoulders, knees beneath hips or slightly further back. Inhale, look forward, tail lifts. Then exhale, go ahead and sink back into child's pose. Inhale back up to hands and knees. And exhale back to child's pose. Good. Inhale back up. And exhale back. We'll continue to move in and out of this pose. So inhale, come back up. But let's add the even breath. Maybe inhaling for the count of three and exhaling for the count of three. And this also means that the movement is for the count of three. This might mean you have to slow down. In some cases, it might mean you have to speed up. Also, if the count of three just doesn't work for you, you can pick a count that does. Just make sure that the breath is even here. Inhaling for a certain number of counts. Exhaling for an equal number of counts. Then we'll add on to the movement. Keep breathing evenly. Inhale up to hands and knees. Curl the toes under, even count. Exhale, downward facing dog. Even count, float back down onto hands and knees. Even count, exhale, child's pose. Seat to the heels, forehead down. Keep going. Even count, inhale, rise. Even count, exhale, downward facing dog. Hands and knees. Child's pose. Do a few more rounds on your own. Again, pushing this even breathing, creating a sense of harmony and balance in your practice, in your mind, and who knows, maybe even in your life. Inhaling to hands and knees. Exhaling to child's pose or down dog, alternating between the two. Completing about one more full round. You can take your time getting there. But as you land in downward facing dog, go ahead and stay in down dog. And once you're there, you can walk the dog out a bit, pressing a heel to the floor, bending the opposite knee, and feeling the hips reach toward the ceiling behind you. Now, whether or not you keep the even breath going is completely up to you here. If you do let it go, know that we'll bring it back later. And just another breath or two here in downward facing dog. Good. Now, with your next inhale, carefully float back down onto hands and knees, releasing the feet again. Exhale, child's pose, and bring your arms down by your sides. Good. So we're going to work with hero's pose next. So with your next inhale, sweep the arms out to the sides, lift up onto the knees, and sweep the arms overhead, looking up. As you exhale, sweep the arms back down and come back into folding child. Good. Let's do that again. Inhale, sweep the arms out, coming on up. Reaching up, exhale, floating back down with control. Don't collapse. Let's add the even breath now. Inhaling up for a certain number of counts. Exhale, releasing down for an equal number of counts. And we'll do about three or four more of these. Inhaling up for a certain number of counts. Exhale down for an equal number of counts. Two more. And then exhale, come back down. Stay and take an adjusting breath. And then please bring the hands forward onto the floor, about shoulder width apart. And then keeping the hands there, go ahead and slither forward down onto your belly. Now the hands are going to be down by your rib cage here, not under the shoulders, and we'll transition into upward facing dog. So roll the shoulders down the back, press the arms straight, feel the knees lift and look up. And then with a powerful exhale, feel a pull behind your navel that brings you back into downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, float down onto hands and knees. Exhale, release the feet, child's pose. Keeping the hands planted, slither forward, down onto your belly, hands by the rib cage. Press the arms straight, shoulders back, look up, knees lift. Exhale, pull back into downward facing dog. Can we do this with the even breath? I think so. Inhale for a certain number of counts, float down onto hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose for an equal number of counts. This one's a bit harder. In one inhale, you're going to slither forward and press up into upward facing dog. And then exhale, pull back into downward facing dog. Let's do that again. Breathing evenly, hands and knees. Child's pose. With one big inhale, slither forward into upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's do two more, breathing evenly, hands and knees. Child's pose. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Last one for now, at least. Floating down, inhale. Exhale, evenly, child's pose. Upward facing dog, big inhale. Downward facing dog. And stay in down dog. Good. From here, carefully walk your hands back to meet your feet coming into the standing forward fold and just release the upper body down over the legs. Knees are bending slightly and release your head. Good. Connecting to your even breath. With your next even inhale, press palms to shins, come halfway up. Exhale, evenly fold down. Halfway up again. Even breath, fold down. Again, inhale. Exhale. Keep breathing evenly as you do this. Two more times. Halfway up and down. One more time. And down. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the sides, nice strong back as you lift up. And release the arms. One down. Take an adjusting breath. Feel sensation. Notice how your mind is doing as well, maybe even your energetic state. Working with the breath affects how we feel energetically. And so there might be a calmer feeling, less chatter in the brain. Um, that also might not be the case for you, and it's okay too. We'll keep working. All right. So for the next exercise, I'll have you take your feet into a nice wide stance and make sure both feet are on your yoga mat. All right. And then you're going to turn the toes out to the sides about 45 degrees. All right. So there's going to be two parts to this. So we're going to start with the second part, just so we can get it into our mind. So when we integrate it later, it just feels second nature. So having your hands on your hips, and you can start to work your elbows back behind you. This just helps to open the chest and keep the spine nice and tall. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, bend the knees out toward their toes, dropping into a wide squat. Inhale, come back up. And then exhale, sink down again. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, sink down again. And up. Two more times. And inhale, lift up. Good. We're going to come back into a squat in just a moment, but before we do so, let's do some work for the arms. So with your arms down to start, you're going to cross your arms in front of you, lift them up, sweep them back and around, cross again, up, back, and down. Inhale forward and up, exhale back and down. Inhale forward and up, exhale back and down. Good. Keep going. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, arms come back around. See if you can add the even breath here. I know it's going to be a little bit harder, but we're bringing a lot of intention to this practice tonight. Notice how adding the even breath creates a fluidity to the movement. Now try to keep the even breath going. Keep the arms moving as they are, and then bend the knees, dropping down into a squat. Reestablish the even breath. It's the first thing to go. Keep the knees bending. Keep moving with the breath evenly. Good. Let's do two more rotations. And as you exhale, bringing the arms down, go ahead and straighten the legs. Whew, and take an adjusting breath. It's okay if you start to feel a little lightheaded. Good. Now, just directionally, right now we just brought the arms forward, up, and back. Now we have to go the other way, arms back, up, forward, and down. Okay? So just like before, we'll get the movement down, then we'll add the breath, and then we'll add the squat. There's a lot going on here. So dropping the arms down, go ahead and inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, cross forward and down. Back and up, forward, down. Just get the movement in. Don't worry about evening out the breath just yet. Just getting it into the body so this feels a bit second nature. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, crossing forward. Let's add the even breath now. Inhaling for a certain number of counts. Exhaling for an equal number of counts. Good. Let's add the squat. Breathing evenly. Arms back and up. Cross forward and down. We're going to keep going for just a little bit longer. You're doing great. Keep that breath even. Again, it's the first thing to go when we start to feel fatigued, but we got to keep the intention. Two more times. Good. Exhale, arms down. Straighten the legs. Turn the feet parallel, pointing directly forward. And then hinge at the hips and just fold over wide legs for a moment. Your knees can be soft here. Breathe. Good. With your next inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, strong back coming all the way up. Stay tall as you release the arms on down. Good. So keep your right foot where it's at and turn your left foot, toes pointing toward the side of your mat. Okay, so taking a quarter stance here. Back foot is flat on the floor, toes pointing out to the sides. And just bring the hands down to the hips to start, looking over to the left for you. Take a deep breath in and exhale, bend the left knee, sinking in. Now, you don't want the knee to go any further than the ankle or the heel. So if that is happening, just widen your stance. Just scooch the back foot back a little bit further so you can sink down. Good. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, sink in. Inhale, back up. Exhale, sink in. Inhale, back up. And exhale, sink in. Good. Stay this time. Feel the chest lift. Make sure your back foot is planted to the floor, grounding through the pinky edge of the right foot. Good. Inhale, straighten the left knee. Good. So we're going to do just a little bit more work in this direction, and then we'll repeat all this on the other side. So go ahead and take the arms out to the sides, over the legs. Now it's tempting to lock this left knee. Keep it just a little bit soft, okay? Good. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, reach forward with your left hand like you're trying to grab somebody's hand in front of you. And then inhale, come back up. And then exhale, extend forward again. Reach. Inhale, back up. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, back up. Couple more times. Reach. And up. And then reach as far forward as you can. Bring the left hand down onto your left shin or ankle and sweep the right arm up and overhead, out over your left toes. Now it's tempting here for the right shoulder to collapse down. Roll the right shoulder back, maybe even looking up underneath the arm. If it's too much to look up, you can look straight forward. Just make sure you don't drop the head. You want to keep it in line with the spine here. Good. Still grounding through the right pinky edge of the right foot. Breathe. And then see what it's like to get light on this left hand. What happens when you engage the core? It's okay if you come up a little bit because of that. And then extend your left arm forward like you're holding a beach ball. Whew, breathe. Good. And then lift the beach ball up overhead and throw it away. Good. So turning your left foot to point toward the side of your mat, and then turning your right foot in the other direction. Okay. So if none of that made sense, make sure the left foot's back on, flat on the floor, toes pointing out to the side, right foot toward the head of your mat. All right, doing a little bit of work with warrior two, then we'll add in that oblique exercise. So hands on the hips, looking out to the right, take a deep breath in. With your exhale, bend your right knee, sink down into the pose. Again, if the knee goes beyond the ankle, just widen your stance a bit. Then inhale, come back up. Then exhale, sink in. Inhale, back up. Exhale, sink in. And up. Ground through the pinky edge of the left foot, sink in. And up. About one more time, I think. Trying to do fives. Good. Inhale, back up. All right. Again, the front knee, the right knee in this case, is not locked back. Make sure there's a little bit of energy moving there. And take the arms out to the sides, over the legs. Deep breath in here. Then exhale, reach forward with the right hand like you're trying to grab somebody's hand in front of you. Then inhale, come back up. Exhale, reaching forward. Inhale up. Three more times, reach. And lift. Reach. And lift. Good. Go ahead and reach as far forward as you can. Bring the right hand down onto the shin or ankle. Left arm sweeps up and overhead, out over the right toes, directionally that is. And then roll the left shoulder back powerfully, looking up or forward. Again, your head in line with your spine, meaning we're not dropping it down. We're keeping it engaged. Good. And breathing here, grounding through the pinky edge of the left foot, energy moving all the way up through that left side, through the arm and into the fingertips. Good. Now getting light on the right hand. Extend the right arm forward, again, like you're holding a beach ball. And breathe. Good. And then go ahead and lift it up and throw it away because we're done with that. Turn your right toes to be parallel, right foot, I should say, to be parallel with the left foot. And you might need to narrow your stance here. We're going to come back into a forward fold, but you do want both feet pointing directly forward, not out to the sides. And then interlace your fingers at your lower back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift the arms off the back, kind of like that. Good. Take a deep breath in. Then exhale, hinge at the hips and fold forward, lifting the arms as far off the back as they'll go today. Knees are bending slightly. Shoulder blades working together and slipping up toward your neck. Feeling a stretch in the backs of the legs and your lower back. Breathe. Good. Now staying in the forward fold, go ahead and release the arms, hands to the floor or in that direction. And then inhale, sweep the arms out to the sides, nice strong back, lifting you all the way up to standing. And release the arms down, staying tall. Good. Whichever the direction is the front of your mat, go ahead and step in that direction now. And we'll get ready to do some sun salutations. And if you need to hydrate, go ahead and do that too. All right, feet stacking underneath your hips, palms to heart. Now you probably guessed that we're going to bring that even breath back in, but like the previous exercises, we'll establish the movement first before we add in the pranayama or the breath work, okay? So don't worry about evening out the breath just yet, but we will get there after a round or two. So palms to heart, aware of the breath. With your next inhale, sweep the arms down, back, and up. With your exhale, bend both knees, drop your body down, sweep your arms behind you, chair prep. Inhale into chair pose. Arms overhead, stay for the exhale. Then inhale, straighten the legs, reach up. And then exhale, swan dive, fold forward and down. Pressing palms to shins, come halfway up, inhale. Exhale, release down and step your right foot way back. Your back foot's going to come flat to the floor, toes pointing out to the side, just like we did earlier. Bend the left knee deeply and sweep the right arm forward. Bring both arms parallel to the floor, coming into warrior two. Good. Stay here for just a moment. Good. Deep breath in. And then exhale, swim forward. Bring both hands to the floor and gently step back to downward facing dog. All right. We know this next one. Inhale, float down onto hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose. Bring your arms down by your sides, please. Folding child. With your next inhale, sweep the arms out to the sides, lift up onto the knees and reach up. And then exhale with control from your center, release back down to the floor. Take the hands forward onto the ground. Keep them planted there about shoulder width apart. Slither forward down onto your belly and press the arms straight. Lift the knees, upward facing dog. And exhale, pull back into downward facing dog. Good. Taking an adjusting breath here. But just one. When you're ready, go ahead and lift the right leg up. And exhale, step the right foot between the hands, help it through. Back foot turns flat to the floor, toes pointing out to the side again. Bend deeply into your right knee, and we'll transition into warrior two. Sweep the left arm forward and up. Arms parallel to the floor and sink in. Staying for a breath or two. Good. Deep breath in here. And exhale, swim forward, hands to the floor, and step the left foot forward, standing forward fold. Pressing palms to shins, come halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Sweep the arms out to the sides, come all the way up to standing inhale. And palms to the heart. Take an adjusting breath. And as you do so, I'd like you to reestablish the even breath and really get it established before we start the movement. That way, again, it just kind of feels more natural once we're in the movement. Inhaling for a certain number of counts and exhaling for an equal number of counts. And throughout this practice, you may lose the counting, and that's okay. Just bring it back when you're able to. So, breathing evenly, inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, chair prep. Inhale, chair pose. Stay for the exhale, breathing evenly. Inhale, straighten up. Exhale, fold forward. Palms to shins. Even exhale, fold forward and step the left foot back, all one breath. Ground the foot, bend the knee. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, sink in. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Swim forward and step back. Good. Inhaling evenly down onto hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose, arms by your sides. Coming into hero's pose, inhale, evenly lifting up, reaching overhead. And then exhale with control, back down, hands forward. With your inhale, upward facing dog. Even exhale, downward facing dog. Stay for a breath. Even inhale, lift the left foot up. Even exhale, step it forward. Ground the back foot. Good. With your inhale, warrior two. Exhale, sink in. Stay for the inhale. And then exhale, swim forward, hands down, and step forward. Lots of movement on that. Halfway up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Sweep the arms out to the sides, come all the way up, inhale. Even exhale, palms to heart. Keep breathing evenly, stay for a moment. And continuing, keep breathing evenly. Inhale, sweep the arms down, back and up. Chair prep. Chair pose. Staying in chair pose for the exhale. Inhale, straighten up. Exhale, swan dive. Palms to shins. Exhale, fold down. And step the right foot back, implant the foot, bend the left knee. All one breath. Inhale, warrior one, or warrior two, sorry. Exhale, sink in. Stay for the inhale evenly. And exhale, downward facing dog. Swim forward, step back. Good. Inhale, float down onto hands and knees evenly. Exhale, folding child's pose, arms by your sides. Arms out to the sides, come up onto the knees, reach up and overhead. With control, even exhale, come back down. Take the hands forward. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Stay for a breath. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Even exhale, step the right foot forward. Plant the back foot to the floor. Bend the front knee. When you're ready, warrior two. Exhale, sink in. Stay for the inhale. And exhale, swim forward and step forward. Palms to shins. Exhale, fold. Arms out to the sides. Even inhale, come up. Palms to heart. Keep breathing evenly, but stay for a moment. Reestablishing that harmony to the breath. Then we're going to do just one more round, and we're going to just add a couple of holds to it, holding the pose, not the breath, but continuing to breathe evenly the entire time as best we can today. So with your next even inhalation, reach up, chair prep, chair pose. Stay in chair pose. Keep breathing evenly. One more breath. Even inhale, straighten up. Swan dive, exhale. Good. Halfway up. Exhale, fold. Step the left foot back, plant it, and bend the right knee. Good. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, sink in and stay. Keep breathing evenly, especially in this pose where you might feel your mind try to drift away. Keep it grounded on the even breath. Good. Four count in, or even inhale here, sorry. Even exhale, swim forward. Step back to downward facing dog. Stay for a breath. Good. Inhale, float down onto hands and knees. Exhale, folding child, arms by your sides. Inhale, hero's pose, sweep out and up. Exhale, evenly fold back down. We're going to do that two more times. Hero's pose, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, down. Sweeping up. Exhale, down. Plant the hands. Upward facing dog with your next inhalation. Downward facing dog. Stay for 3 breaths. Continuing to breathe evenly. With your inhale, lift your left foot high into the air. Even exhale, step the left foot forward, plant the back foot, bend the left knee. Good. Inhale, warrior two, come on up. And exhale, sink in. Getting comfortable. We're going to stay here for about 5 breaths. Keep it even. Take a deep, even inhale. And exhale, swim forward, step forward. Palms to shins, halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Let's do that two more times. Halfway up, please. Exhale, fold down. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the sides, come all the way up. Even exhale, palms to heart. You can relax the arms, maybe close the eyes for a moment, and you can release the even breath as well and just feel what's going on here. How are you feeling energetically? What is the quality of your mind? Of course, what do you feel in your body? Good. All right. Taking a deeper, fuller breath, please. Good, good. All right, so before we come back down to the floor here in just a moment, we'll do some balancing postures. Nothing too crazy today. We'll add some crazy stuff in another time. But since we're balancing out the breath, it makes sense that we try to balance here as well. And so we will establish the even breath again, more so to keep your mind focused, because if you start to think around or look around, you become destabilized. The even breath will help to keep you grounded in the present moment. But first, let's get the body ready. So having the feet stacked underneath the hips, it's almost like you feel energy moving up the front body, down the back. There's an internal lift at the pelvis, and then shift the weight of your body over into your left foot. Good. Now keep the right toes on the ground for a moment. Hands can be on the hips if you'd like, and just establish quickly the even breath. And keeping the breath even, focus the eyes to a single non-moving point and pick up the right knee. Keep the breath even. Even inhale and even exhale. Place the right foot down, bring the weight back to center. Good. All right. So let's see what that feels like on the second side. So establishing the body first, go ahead and shift the weight into your right leg. Feel kind of a lift of the pelvis here for stability. Left toes can stay on the floor for a moment. Establish the even breath. And when you're ready, you can lift the left knee up. Focus the eyes to a single non-moving point and breathe evenly. Even inhale. Even exhale, place the left foot down and fold forward over both legs. Symmetrical stretch. Good job. Now, from the forward fold, take your time as you step into downward facing dog. And then float down onto hands and knees, table pose, release the feet, and exhale, child's pose. And just take an adjusting breath here in child's pose. If you'd like to, you can stack your hands and bring them underneath your forehead. And if that's not high enough, you can also stack fists. I'm going to try to cap the forehead. Feeling sensation here. Aware of the breath and mind, your energy. And with your next inhale, or take as much time as you need, really, we're going to come up to a seat. And bring your legs out in front of you. Good. All right. So once you're here, I'll ask you to bend your right knee, bring the right foot flat to the floor. Now, a couple of options. You can keep the foot right where it's at, or you can bring the foot to the opposite side of the left leg. Now, if you do that and the right foot just doesn't want to ground down, bring it back to the inside. But if you can bring it across and bring the foot flat to the floor, do that. Now, the right knee is on top. It's the right hand. Now we'll go behind your back. And not way back here, you're not leaning. You're bringing the hand as close to the spine as you can, pressing through the palm, which makes you sit up nice and straight. And then with your inhale, lift the left arm into the air. With your exhale, sweep the left arm around, hook the knee and twist, roll the right shoulder back and look behind you. Good. Now, once you're in the pose, sit up a bit taller, feel the chest lift. And then exhale, roll the right shoulder back a little bit more. And breathe. Good. Inhale, carefully unwind. And go ahead and uncross the right leg. We'll do the other side here, bringing the left foot flat to the floor, bending the knee. Again, if you can bring the foot to the opposite side of the right leg and ground it, do so. If not, bring it back to the inside. All right, you'll still get a good twist, don't worry. Good. Left knee's on top, left hand behind the spine. Inhale, lift the right arm up. Exhale, sweep the arm across, hook the knee and twist. Roll the left shoulder back, looking behind you. Twist, twist, twist. Good. Once you're in the pose, sit up a bit taller, feel the chest lift. And then exhale, twist a little bit further. And breathe, of course. Good. Carefully inhale, unwind, and uncross. Good. Two more postures, and we'll do them on our backs. So go ahead and come to lay down. Take your time getting there, but come into bridge prep once you are there with your knees bent, heels underneath the knees. Feet are about hip width apart, and your arms can stay down by your sides for this one. When you're ready, go ahead and lift the hips, press the pelvis toward the ceiling, and exhale, carefully come back down. A few more times. Inhale, lifting up, bridge pose. And exhale back down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. We're going to hold the pose this time. Go ahead and lift the hips into the air and stay. And breathe. And there's a slight back bend in the upper back as your chest comes closer to your chin. Press up a little bit higher. Deep breath in. Slowly exhale, bring the hips back down. Good. Please hug your knees into your chest. And maybe rock a little bit from side to side. Depending on how you're feeling, it might feel better to hold the knees still, but just take a moment and just do what needs to be done, either moving or stillness. Maybe it's a little bit of both, a little bit of movement and a little bit of stillness. Good. All right. And then bring the knees to stillness if they're not there already. Holding them there, breathe. Feeling the thighs press into the belly pressing into the thighs. Good. All right. Go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath. And extend the legs down to the floor and make any additional adjustments to be comfortable here on your back for a few minutes. And have your heels nice and wide apart, about as wide apart as your yoga mat, your arms resting by your sides, palms face up. Relax your jaw, eyes face. And as your eyes close, bring your awareness to your breath, flowing in and flowing out. Now, I don't want you to effort here, and so no counting and no forcing the breath, but just see if you can create a subtle, even rhythm to your breath. Just kind of eyeballing it. The amount of air that comes in on inhale is about equal to the amount of air that goes out on exhale. And as you're aware of that subtle, even breath, like before, like our centering practice, feel a sense of balance and harmony come to all aspects of your life, if only in your mind. Anything that feels out of sorts gets organized, gets adjusted. And when your mind wanders, bring it back to the subtle, even, balancing, harmonious breath. peace, peace. Peace. Feeling yourself harmonious, feeling yourself balanced, and knowing that if more rest is what you require, you can always come back to this state. But for now, I invite you to take a deeper, fuller breath. Make some gentle movements in the hands and feet, your arms and legs. And gently rolling to your right side, coming up to a seat when you feel complete here. And once you've made it to a seat, bring your palms together at your heart and lower the chin. And honor yourself for the work you've done here tonight, creating balance, engaging your body, changing your energy and mind, feeling gratitude for that effort. And may that effort and this practice continue to serve you. So until next time, namaste.